I decided to remake the popular mobile game Subway Surfers in only 24 hours. If you didn't know, the original game took over 2 years to develop, so as you'd expect when making it in one day, a lot of things went wrong. Subway Surfers might look really simple, but when you think about it, there is a ton of features that aren't necessarily easy to develop, so I guess I better get started. The first thing I did was make the player. I gave it a character controller component, and now after some very simple coding, it could move left and right. But if you've played Subway Surfers, you'd probably know that this isn't the right kind of movement. In Subway Surfers, there's 3 lanes that the player can run in which you can switch between. But I don't know how to add that, so I did the worst thing possible, and I used a tutorial. It was really useful though, and after following it, I had some really smooth lane-based movement, and I'd actually learned quite a bit from it. Now I needed a model for the player. I found this very nice free Spider-Man model online and put it into the game to replace the bean. I honestly think this character design is just exponentially better than the ones in the original game, right? I then decided to add some animations. I went to this website with a bunch of free dancing people and downloaded a few animations which I thought would fit. The problem I was faced with now was importing them all as part of one model. I tried using this other website which didn't work, and I eventually realized I would have to do it all myself in Blender. It took me so many hours just to figure out how to combine them all, but I eventually got it working and I was able to import the animations into Unity. I added jumping, which will play a random jump animation when you do it, and sliding, which makes you smaller for a bit. These actually feel really satisfying as well. Alright, now you can also die because I added death, and you might be able to tell I made the death animation myself. Next, I added some infinite generation, using the exact same script I've used in like 10 other games. Using another tutorial, I created this really cool shader that bends the world just like Subway Surfers, and started working on the environment. To go underneath everything, I made this train track model, and also added a skybox. I created a model for a train, which is very good and very realistic, and made a few obstacles out of it. I then made some barriers like in the actual game, which you can dodge. To add an incentive to move around the 3 lanes, I decided to make some coins. And yep, they're just coins. Now, I also added a score counter, a gradual increase in speed, and some very groovy music. Time was really running out, so I added a menu screen which shows your high score, and added a multiplier feature kind of like the original game. With almost all of the essential features done, and not much time left, I had to speedrun making a bunch of interesting obstacles and some walls to go around them. I ended up making 15 different ones before running out of time. And that was it, I'd finished. But now it's time for the moment of truth. Does this game actually work on my phone? Well, kind of. It's somewhat playable, but it's really slow, there's a lot of bugs, and you can't even upgrade your multiplier since tapping just starts the game.